What's something your employer did that instantly killed employee morale? Story 1. Banned smartphones in the break room to force us to talk to one another and build camaraderie. Ends up we didn't like each other that much. Story 2. In a very short span of time, they changed everyone's 401k plan, for worse, and then implemented an office-wide cleanliness policy. No eating at your desk, only 3 personal items on your desk, everything labeled, no items other than your keyboard, mouse, and monitors on your desk at the end of the day. Talk about pissed off. You could feel the gloom when you walked in. Everyone's give-a-shitter broke at once. Story 3. No raises or bonuses this year due to company performance, but I'll make it up to you by taking the whole company to the lake for a trip on my new 30-foot boat. Story 4. To cut costs, they started a policy that only certain departments had internet access. It basically started a class system that bred resentment across departments and caused an exodus from the non-internet teams. Story 5. Large factory, not unionized. Each department clocks in at a different place, mainly that department's break room. My department clocked in across the facility from the main entrance, which meant it took about 15 minutes to walk from the front door where you clocked in and out at, and another 5 to walk from that entrance to the parking lot. There was a side exit that we would use, however, that literally cut that walk down from 20 minutes to 3, since our department was right next to the parking lot. Management decided that all employees must enter and exit through the same door, which meant we had to walk all the way down to the main entrance and then back around to our cars. There was just so much rebellion from other employees in our departments that they had to bar the door shut with 2x4s. Joke's on them, even non-unionized employees can be a pain in the ass. We contacted the fire marshal, who upon seeing a fire exit barricaded, fined the company $8,000. We still were not allowed to enter through the store, but they stopped trying to stop us. Story 6. In a company of 6 people, owners said in a meeting with everyone that his 2 sales guys are irreplaceable and that the rest of us are just paper pushers. He now runs a company of 3 people. Story 7. My boss is looking to retire the next 3 to 4 years. He told everyone that he wanted us to come up with our visions for the company and its future over the next 5, 10, and 20 years. We're a small office of about half a dozen people, but we've been growing, and so everyone brought up growth projections and succession planning once he retires, etc. His son is the heir apparent and has a precocious 8-year-old, so in my 20-year version, I even included the grandson joining the business and grooming it to become a legacy company. My boss went last, and we were expecting something acknowledging some of our thoughts, or at least an expression of appreciation that the company he founded would live on well past his retirement, be in good hands, etc. Instead, it was brutal and short. It was something along the lines of, I do everything around here anyway, so I should just sell the company to fund my retirement and you can all find other companies to work for in a few years. Mood killed, meeting ended. Story 8. Casually said the best employee was X, and everyone, including X, knew that X was among those who did the least amount of work. Edit. X was the most friendly to the boss, always coming in to say, Hi, do you need anything? Story 9. We were once in the middle of a very stressful period of work, and everyone was feeling it. However, one afternoon, an offhand comment turned into a conversation that we all got involved with and led to a few laughs. My manager, returning from a meeting, piped up, Oh, we finished tomorrow's work, have we? What's this all about? Insert subject matter. Entire team instantly deflated. Unnecessary. Every employee needs time to blow off a little steam. Story 10. Former teacher. The administrators at my school were usually pretty chill, but had a habit of randomly coming up with minor rules that they would enforce for us. Male teachers had to wear ties, even on jeans day, etc. Overall, it wasn't bad, except for the time an administrator made a crucial mistake. They banned staff from drinking coffee in front of students. Now, if you ever worked in a school, you'd think this isn't a big deal. When you spend nearly 100% of your day in front of students, it definitely is a big deal. First, we tried to find any loophole we could. Energy drinks, banned the next week. Tea, banned 2 days later. It was chaos. Eventually, we realized they couldn't fire an entire school's worth of teachers and aides, so we ended up doing the one thing that private schools fear most. We formed a union. Realistically, it was more of a weird pseudo-union focused specifically on civil disobedience regarding the coffee issue, but it ruffled feathers nonetheless. The administrators caved to our demands, allowed us to drink coffee again, and even bought each of us a reusable coffee mug as a gesture of goodwill. And that's the story of how a handful of school administrators almost accidentally created a teachers' union over a complete non-issue. Story 11. Remove cost of living raises each year for all employees and implemented a raise when promoted or take on more responsibility model. However, promotions are very rare and raises are never approved, so everyone is losing money to inflation each year and they try to sell it as a big win for the employees. We aren't stupid people, and companies wonder why employees leave after 3 years. No one knows. It's such a mystery. Story 12. They banned phones, electronics, puzzles, books, etc. from being used at your desk. I work at a call center. We were expected to just sit and wait for the next call to come in, distraction-free, even when it was a super slow day. Story 13. Fired the girl who was in her 3rd trimester of pregnancy 3 days before her maternity leave was started. My wife was let go after she announced her pregnancy to her manager and approximately when she would need maternity leave. She was told that they would rather replace her than deal with a pregnant employee and all that goes with that. A well-worded letter from our attorney got her 1 year severance and 2 years medical coverage for her and the baby. Story 14. There was a 1-2 punch. The company-wide meeting announced the promotion of several high-level management and executives, mostly title and responsibility changes. Lots of smiles and handshakes, not unlike a college graduation ceremony. After these promotion announcements, they declared that due to the stagnant economy and poor sales, the entire company would be experiencing a pay freeze as a result, so no raises for anyone. They then concluded the meeting by discontinuing casual Fridays, so no more jeans on Friday. It almost felt like it was designed to make people want to quit and leave. It worked though. I and many others moved on to greener pastures within the year. Story 15. Head of department realized that we weren't about to meet our targets for the financial year, completely banned annual leave for 3 months, forced anyone who didn't fill in the timesheets on time to attend disciplinary meeting, despite problems with the system meaning that some didn't get filled in, and generally had lower management terrified, causing a massive blame culture and several people to be signed off with mental health issues. In the end, the employee survey, which went to his bosses, was hilariously bad, and he's now somewhere else making some other people's lives a misery. The best part was when his replacement came in and fired his right-hand man who was also a dick. Story 16. Told a bunch of people that they were going to be promoted to get us to do extra work. No one got promoted. I basically did her job for a month. Me and 3 of my coworkers quit and she got fired a few months later. Story 17. Held a super positive pep rally style company-wide meeting about how they were going to start combining our sick days with our vacation days and just call them PTO. This was presented to us as a great thing since we could all now use our PTO days fully as vacation days if we wanted to. Once the system was implemented, everyone realized that instead of getting 10 vacation days and 10 sick days per year, we now all had 15 PTO days. Everyone was pissed. We sincerely appreciate you taking the time to watch our YouTube video. If you find our content helpful and enjoyable, please click the subscribe button to stay updated on any new videos we share in the future. Thank you once again, and we hope to see you in our next upcoming videos.